Friday, Friday, Friday. It's been a busy and rewarding Friday. Um, I have absolutely nothing to, maybe not nothing. I have very, very little to offer. Um, but I had a half day at work and I got pretty much everything done. And I'll have a little bit of time before I need to do anything else. And I don't ever get to stream during the day because I go to work. So I figured we would see if there were any fish to catch. Um, and and we'll see. Um, I have no intentions to entertain anyone in the process of catching fish. So this might not make it far. Oh, you know what? We're doing this. We're doing this JFAT style. We're doing this JFAT style. I start clicking around and working on other things. And if anyone appears, then someone appears. Okay, I need to. Maybe I'll put. Well, yeah, I could do that. I'm gonna set up the other monitor. The space is gonna get too crowded. Okay. For the two of you that just popped in, this is a what do they call it? A just chatting. This is a pointless endeavor. I wouldn't. There's none of room. I wouldn't waste your time here. Nothing exciting is going to happen. I would move on to bigger and better things. Oh, great! Somebody moved on. Oh shoot. Okay, now I just gotta get rid of one other person. Maybe if I start talking about root beer, then everyone will leave. This is why it'd be cool if I could play guitar, because then I could. I guess I could. Well, I don't even know what a plug is for that. Oh shoot! I didn't even put a link in. The whole reason. The whole reason. The whole reason. Oh, now I have to. Pin it. Pinned. Okay, there's the link. It's pinned. I think I'll work on. This isn't gonna work. I don't know where the cord is. It's over here. There's sound. I'm not here to entertain. Don't come for your bread or your circus. You can click the link. Reprimanded? I'm not your mother. I don't reprimand. I just need to find this dang cord. That's what I need. Got a bag of cords somewhere around here. Okay. Give that up. What's up, Mark? I'm just opening a space if anybody wants to hang out. I have no topic. I have no entertainment value. Dude, I got this at Goodwill for like $7. Check this out. Wait, where's the camera? How do I? Why is it so hard to get this camera in the right? Am I crazy? I am crazy. It's this way. That's why. That was way harder than it should have been. Quidditch jersey, baby. Oh my gosh, is Whitestone name not a mod? Oh my, we could fix that. Pitting out, dude. Your sweater vest was sick though. I like this. I like the sweater vest. Yeah, I got. This is now the shirt I wear whenever I feel like I need to catch a golden snitch. Someone better come on. I mean, you don't have to come on. I'm not going to talk. Oh, I need to do Canva stuff. Oh, pseudo-Catholic's also not a mod? We can fix that. Am I driving? I don't think I know am I driving. I saw you, but I don't know you. Which is okay. You can't know everybody. No, I hope there was no... There's no warm-up act. Landbjort replied, "Hi, Ethan. What is this? Comments on historical accuracy can miss the point." Oh, I'll let Landbjort know that he's in a stream. Hi, Joseph. I'm responding to your comment while streaming about responding to your comment. Hope you are well, even though I don't like your state. Ha, ha, ha. I told the stream that I wasn't going to entertain them, but I couldn't resist making fun of your state while streaming. Period. Post. Oh, Mark Z. Parker. I'd prefer your bids without you talking. Don't eat the bat soup at Hogwarts. I'm Scott. Change my Scott? Scott? I gotta leave this flippin'. This is. Now I gotta go make. Am I driving a moderator? What if this isn't Scott? What if someone's pretending to be Scott and I just made them a moderator, and now they go and they unwrench everyone and steal this channel from me? I mean, listen, this is a pointless stream. I can just leave this open, go upstairs, shave off my beard into a mustache, just to prove you wrong out of spite. I can get very spiteful in public. Privately, I'm not spiteful at all, but publicly I like to be spiteful.
Just so you know, it's me. I won't unwrench anyone. I don't even know how to work it, man.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Were you in the comments? I didn't see you in the comments. I was kind of paying attention to the live stream.
Which live stream?
The one that just ended.
On whose channel?
PBK and Pseudo Catholic.
What, were you watching on Foxman's channel?
No, is that the other place it was on Foxman?
I'm not sure. I was on PBK's channel.
Yeah, I was too.
You were on Pseudo Catholic channel?
No. No, everything for me goes downstream from PBK. Yeah.
He's the head.
He's the head. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the head.
So pointless stream, huh?
Well, I had a half day at work, and I came home, did some stuff, and then listened to the stream and whatnot. Type some stuff out. I gotta get better at trolling. I'm a very bad troll. I'd like to get better at trolling.
Why?
Well, maybe not better at trolling. What's the word? I don't know how to behave in a chat room. That's how I feel.
No, that's always been a problem of mine. That's why I don't like texting.
I always walk away from a chat room feeling like, I wish I'd been funnier. You know, it's kind of like the same way you feel like going on dates, where you're like, it didn't go well. I wish I'd been funnier.
That's called self-awareness. You're reflecting, learning to get better. That's a good sign.
No, I want to turn it off, Scott. It never turns off. It never turns off.
No.
Even when it's supposed to. It never does.
I get that too. Many sleepless nights doing that, yeah. But
no, my problem is it would be better if it was during sleep. It's during the waking hours. because I fall asleep right away. I'm usually asleep within 30 seconds.
Oh, not me. Well, not lately. When I was running around, putting in a lot more hours, it was real easy. I used to call myself a shark. As soon as I stopped moving, I'd die. Didn't matter where I was, what position.
Is that what sharks do?
I was told, I've never actually done the research, but if they stop moving, they constantly have to move. And if they stop moving, they don't get oxygen through their gills. They die.
I feel that. Um, I went to my first ever Maundy Thursday service last night.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, it's like a liturgical Thursday night service.
Okay. Is it just because of the Easter season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had like Palm Sunday, right? Which like everybody does. And then at the Anglican church, we had Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and then I don't remember what they call Saturday night. I keep calling it Tomb Time because it's like some kind of like tomb related service.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Makes sense.
and then like Easter. But so I'd never heard of the Thursday or the Saturday liturgical services before because I never really knew anything about liturgy. Um, so then like last night in the middle of the service, uh, the priest did foot washing, which I've done before with like youth group stuff and in certain places, but never. Anyways, but at the end of the service, sorry, all of these comments are distracting me. I apologize, Scott. All these
It's
trolls.
you're fine. You're fine.
Um, at the very end of the service, they did this thing where I don't remember what it was called. I could probably look it up in my Book of Common Prayer. Um, they stripped the altar. So we were told at the beginning that the whole thing was going to end in silence. But then before the ending, the last part of the liturgy was they like just took all of the linens and all of the holy objects and they took things off the wall and just like walked out with it. And then one of the priests came back up and like turned the lights off and then just walked away. And so we were all just like sitting there in the dark in this like empty maybe sanctuary is
Tomb.
the right word. The church space. I can never remember the right word. Um, and like the only thing left was the real presence of Christ in the tabernacle and the candle above that just like flickering. And I was just sitting there going like, whoa, okay, this is the power of liturgy. Which me talking about it does nothing. Like talking about it is nothing like the experience of the liturgy. The experientialness is just like, to me at least, it's just wild.
It sounds powerful. Sounds more powerful than a movie.
It is more powerful than a movie, you know, because like I could have stayed home and watched a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, I drove 30 minutes to go to a Thursday service, and my parents and my wife all stayed home, so I was the only one who went, which is funny. And I don't blame them for wanting to not drive an hour to go to church when they're already going to church multiple times the next couple of days. Yeah, liturgy is strange. It's so strange.
Is this your first cycle through Holy Week?
I mean, in a liturgical church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the person who's done it for the 40th time. You know what I mean? Does it have that same oomph? Probably not. Um, but no, we talk about experiences. That sounds like a good one because you're participating in it too. You know, you're doing it as a believer, and to see this and to feel it. I can really get the sense of how it would open a doorway in me to allow that to come in. And then you do the next thing, which is what at least what I would do, is kind of try to pick apart a little bit. I hope this isn't what's considered deconstructing, but like understanding like the roles of the acts that are taking place so that I can get the next level
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. And then the next time would probably be even more enriching. So then you're participating and it keeps kind of getting better. But again, to the point of 40 years down the line, does it still do that? It could, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, my gut just says like I intend to find out. Like I hope I'm there in 40 years. Like everything I'm doing in my life is to ensure that I am there 40 years from now. I'll be 74. The couple that sits behind me normally, they're like 85 and 88, and he's still able to like go up to the altar and kneel for Eucharist. She stands. Her knees are no longer good. But I'm just like, yeah, like this is the guy I want to be, where I'm like 88 years old and I can still kneel, which is like just such an integrated um, life. Like it's not easy to be able to kneel and get up and down at 88. Um, Mark S. Yes, I am super near Nashota and um, deeply intertwined with Nashota. Um, yeah. Um, I sip the Mr. Smarmy Pants. Okay, I know who that is. I sip the common cup. My favorite is the rip and dip, where you have like a whole loaf and you rip and then you dip. That's my all time favorite. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you were saying, Scott?
No, I'm not. I would just
I
say that I'm gonna take my wife out.
Okay.
So I just saw
wait,
you were on
hold
and
up.
wanted
I
to
just
give you the
gotta
assurance you weren't giving up authority.
I gotta just tell Scott something real quick. The whole thing about it'll be real quick. I'm only on here for a little bit. Is a special gift for Ethan.
Okay, I'll
But
stop muting you.
so okay, the 40 years thing, does it have the same effect 40 years on? It's kind of like that, you know, think of, Christmas Eve, your grandma has, let's say, scalloped potatoes, okay? Nobody can make the scalloped potatoes quite like your grandma when she passes away. But there's still some remnant when you have those scalloped potatoes. Whenever you have that experience in a liturgical environment, that you're like, okay, that's my grandma's scalloped potatoes. Then going forward, there's always that lingering residual memory in you. And it might be, I've been to a lot of liturgies that just are not as good, nearly as good as what was formative for me. But there's always that little glimmer of light that remains there. And it gets deeper more and more you go, even if it sucks, even if some bozo's doing it. So that's all I'll say on that piece.
That was a good picture. I envisioned uh, my wife's family. They do Thanksgiving every year, and yeah, that's the picture I went to. Like it changes, it develops, it it grows. That's a great.
What side dish are you thinking of?
Oh, let's see. What did we miss this year? What was the dish that was not there this year? The sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes
All
we're
right,
missing this year
that's
because
that's it.
we've lost, you know, the one that brought the sweet potatoes.
You got to
So,
reclaim the sweet potatoes, reclaim your birthright,
well, so that was one thing we were at least me was hoping that the younger generation would kind of learn the recipe
and
and put
pass
their
on the
own
torch.
flavor into
Yeah,
the thing, and then it changes, but it doesn't.
yeah, yeah.
That kind of speaks to the tradition thing that came up in the live stream right? That's how the tradition changes and molds, but
Right.
it stays the same at the same time.
Yeah, and you only pull up. But here's the one more thing. The extra element of Holy Week is it's like that dish that is only brought out once a year. So there's a window for change, but it's pretty dang small considering it's that one thing you do every year, you know. And so like the oldest services are typically, you know, going to be those Holy Week ones because it's just once a year. But anyways, the point still stands. So
Yeah.
I'll shut
Well
up
said.
and let you skedaddle.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Talk to you
All
later.
right. See ya.
Later, Scott.
I'm going to leave too because I was just on there to help Scott appreciate liturgics, and I'm looking after 4 kids on my own. So goodbye. And I'm not going to do any passive listening until Lent is over. So I need to get off before
Oh,
I
I
hear
failed
any
Lent.
vain
I
words from
failed Lent
Ethan
hard. I
or
failed
any
Lent
comments
so
from
hard.
Luke. So
I failed
I'm
so
out.
hard. I love you. Bye. Caught a fish.
Jeez, man, I did not intend to come on just to replace Scott and Mr. Lamblack.
They could feel you coming. They had to scurry away.
I actually wanted to say hi to Scott because I've seen Scott around the TLC a lot. He's a guy that has not gotten much fanfare, and I feel I'm getting to know his heart better, and I really like the guy. And yeah, and he just made a short 4.5-minute video, which I doubt he even plugged on his channel. So yeah.
Well, I didn't realize he did like a rebrand. So now he has like a channel name.
Yep.
Because I don't know what it was before. I think it was like old channel, like Scott893_2LB or something like that.
Yeah, the rebrand, let's see. Let me find it. It is clever. It is Am I Driving?
Yeah. I mean, because he's usually on the Chris Howard show in the mornings.
Yeah.
So he's there all the time.
Yep. I've got a guy on the retreat that I'm working on putting on who's always trying to get me to get up early and join this Men of St. Joseph virtual Bible study or commute the 20 minutes over to his church to join. And I said, it's nothing against you because I got friends in my virtual life that I won't get up early for either. I really like that extra 2 hours of sleep. So.
Yeah. What's up, Mark? How are you?
Hey, okay. Good
Mr.
afternoon.
S.
Yeah, Mr. D. Hey, Neil, have you ever heard of a Twitter poster named Logo Daedalus?
No,
Oh,
it's not me.
if
It's not I,
if you know
Supply.
if you know him, you probably hate him, but I like him.
Someone impersonating me. How dare they steal my same Greek mythology figure?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the going to bed early thing is just not a it's not usually I'm a pretty light sleeper, and if there's any sort of activity in my household, my family growing up, I would go to bed at like 7:30 in the night, and it's just not my wife's family. They stay up later. So
I've got something to share about sleep. I
What
work
you
in
got?
construction, and so I have to wake up early. The problem is I've always been a night owl, even when I was a kid. Like, can't go to bed till about 11, and so I've always suffered with sleep. But I've never been like severely insomniac, but just enough to where it messes me up a little bit. And so, I've tried all the hacks on YouTube. Like lights and nasal opening and supplements and all that stuff. Room temperature and certain types of lights that you should expose. Whatever, doesn't work. I usually get about 6.5 hours, but it's annoying because like I go to bed at like 9 and I fall straight asleep, and then I wake up at 2 a.m. and I'm wired.
Oh,
And I have to read for like an hour to get sleepy again. And I hate that. I wish, because I feel like it's a waste of time because I'm not really reading. It's like I'm kind of zonked out, you know? I feel like it's garbage reading. Like I read the entire Lord of the Rings in the middle of the night and I don't hardly remember it. And so I found this thing called sleep restriction therapy. And it's like CBTI. And what you do, you track your sleep and you find out how many total hours you sleep. And then you set a wake up time. And then you subtract the average number of hours you sleep and then only be in bed for that time. And it's kind of weird. So I set up my wake up time as 5:30, and my average hours of sleep are 6.5 hours according to my Fitbit over a long period of time. So I go to bed at 11 and then try to wake up at 5:30. It's pretty weird. Like I've been trying to do it, but then I accidentally like will sleep past my alarm sometimes, you know. But when I go for like I'll go for like a week, just that restricted time, and then I'll hit this point to where I just start sleeping super hard, you know. And there's a whole method to it, and I haven't been complete in it yet because like this morning I tried to get, I guess I turned off my alarm and just kept sleeping. I don't even remember that, but you get it's like a week of sleep deprivation, and then you start sleeping hard, you know. Um, yeah.
Actually this week. So my mother's been in the hospital Sunday through Thursday. She got out yesterday, and thanks be to God, she's
Praise be to
um,
God.
yeah, no, she's
Good.
recovered back to her former state, which is not great, by the way. In that, but I won't go into details. But she's recovered back to her previous state, pretty much. But just this week, so we thought it might actually be the like we thought my mother might actually be dying, and I don't think so, not yet. And so my brother flew out from New Jersey. I drove out, from New Orleans to the Houston area, and we're both my brother and I are. My brother's a much earlier riser than me, but he's also on Eastern time, and within like 2 days, we were on the same rhythm. Maybe it's just me that I'm like a highly amphibious creature where I adapt to I just adapt
Are you
to the
coming
surroundings.
out as a lizard person right now?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to take off here I go.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
no, but I mean, actually that's like, I woke up very early yesterday to drive my brother to the airport because he was returning home because he's got young kids and I can afford to stay a little bit longer. But I was fine, like getting up at like 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. and then I listened to you and Grim, Ethan, and then I switched over to Chris Howard. So yeah, I can be like you guys. I choose not to. Okay, I'm different. I'm not like you.
Well, you win because I
We-
cannot be like you. 8:30 p.m. and my eyes just start to close.
Quitters never win, except for heroin, maybe nicotine.
Yeah, well, I dozed through Project Hail Mary Tuesday night and was very frustrated about it.
I still haven't seen it, but Ryan Gosling, chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new haircut just to copy his hairstyle this next week.
Just like be like super blonde and disheveled, Just
I don't know. Like I recently hit 43, and I don't think I can pull off disheveled anymore. You know, I feel like
You're right back.
But Mark, we don't know what
Yeah.
you look like, so just tell us you're disheveled and we'll believe you.
well, you guys know what I look like. I'm a solid 4.
No, you're 6.5. You got height. You're tall.
I'm 6. I'm 6. That's right. I got that tall energy. But yeah, so I'm cleaning the bathroom right now, so I'm even more distracted than usual.
Oh, that's
Ethan,
okay.
it seems like I didn't see you online for a long time, and then you reemerged a couple months ago. And
Yeah,
now
I
you've
bailed
just
out
been
after
like,
Midwest Tour.
did you already talk about that? You probably did, huh?
I don't know if I talked about it like on a stream. I don't know. We can talk about it.
I don't know. At first, when you first came on, it was like nobody was here, and I was like, oh, I'll go on there, and then everybody started coming on, and so, uh, I mean, so why'd you bail out? If you don't mind me asking, I'm not trying to pry. I'm just, you
No,
know,
here's the thing. So I'm an open book. If you ask me a question, I will tell you anything you want to know with like very limited. I mean, there's a few things, right? Like I won't talk about
Mhm.
all aspects of my marriage. Um, but I probably because I'm an only child. Actually, I sent a voice text to Neil about this maybe a month ago. Like I'm an only child, and I grew up away from all of my cousins. My mother is from Arizona. My father's from Pennsylvania. So I grew up just very alone, and so like loneliness is like a natural state for me. Um, so I'm not very good at like offering up information because I never really learned that, I think. Um, but first, I gotta tell Afrail how I failed Lent. It was the Iran war stuff. Um, like I was supposed to not. I wanted to give up passive listening, so I wanted to like be more present. I wanted to not listen to anything like while I was driving. I wanted to just like only drive, and then I wanted
Mhm.
to only work and just focus on like working. And my goal was to like hear from God. And then I like heard from God and I was like, oh, this like works. Oh, that's weird. If I don't put things in my ears, then like when I pray to God, I can hear him more clearly. That's shocking. Um, and then the Iran war stuff. And then I started freaking out and being like, it's here. The Silicon Age collapse is coming. Jordan Hall was right. Everything's going to fall apart. So I started like watching news stuff. I don't normally watch news stuff. And then I
Yeah.
started watching TLC stuff. Then I couldn't stop because I'm an addict. And then my church was like, "Yeah, you don't need to give stuff up. Like it's just the point is to, like be closer to God. So if you do that by removal or by addition, like grow closer to God." And then I was like, "Well, now there's not even like rules. Like the rules that I made for myself, my church isn't even like doubling down on the rules." So then it was like a free pass to like just give up on Lent. But I definitely grew closer to
You're
God
like,
this Lent.
you're like, why didn't you make me do this? It's your fault for, not making me
I'm going
disciplined.
to confess that I've done the best with Lent this year than any year. Not perfect, but I've done darn good on a number of things. Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Good for you, Neil.
Um,
But now you're just like, so, I mean, you've been churning out a ton of stuff. I caught some of your Substack article, which was very long. I didn't read all of it, but I skimmed through it and I got the gist of it. Um, and I thought it was good. You're talking about
wait.
the word blessed, and I
Oh,
actually was kind of not obsessing, but really thinking about that word, blessed. I've been thinking about Bible words that are
yeah.
that like we don't really use in our normal life. Like blessed is one. Another one is righteous. Like nobody even uses that anymore. Like that's a not acceptable word in Christianity because it's only used in the context of the Bible. And I'm like, what other word could we use that has modern connotations for those words that don't really mean anything anymore? Yeah.
Justification.
But still, it's like, what does that word mean? Nobody knows what that word means. Yeah, we have a huge problem, I think, with translating the gospel into the internet. That's one of the things I'm really interested in is translating the gospel into the internet and like getting behind words and like using new words because otherwise you just argue about words, but you're not actually arguing about the thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, stranger.
Hi, stranger.
Chat.
We're all waiting for you to say something wild.
How are
We sit in
you
silence.
guys?
Friday is good.
It's good. We are blessed. I drove my Phillips head bit into my middle finger today, like right through the tip of it. It was awesome, and it hurt,
Hmm.
and I think I almost fainted. It was sweet,
Oh,
but I also got the floor level in the bathroom, so that's good.
that's what it takes.
So it's like stitches bad? You got to get stitches?
So no, I don't think you could stitch it. It split the finger at the tip of it.
Oh man, that sounds
So like
painful.
the bit, like the Phillips bit, drove through my fingernail. It like broke my finger open. It's really weird. So I don't
Sucks.
know. It's weird. Yeah, it's okay. I'll live. I mean, I think
Wouldn't
if
wouldn't
that
have been
kills
way
me, that would be awesome.
wouldn't it have been way worse with Flathead?
I don't know. I would never. Well, I don't think I would really ever use a flathead bit on my drill. It's pretty rare that you would do that. That I would do that. Um, but the star, it like that's the thing. The star. Imagine the star like punching through the tip of your finger. Uh,
But
Anyhow.
not through the nail, just the flesh part.
no,
I
Through
mean,
the nail.
no, through the nail,
Oh, geez,
breaking
man.
open the end of my finger. Yeah,
That sucks.
if there
It's
was
awesome.
if there was a day to drill into a hand,
dude, that
it's
crossed my
a
mind.
pretty good day.
Wow. Interesting.
I had this thought that I gave to Chad maybe like a week ago, where I said, "Bro, Saint Thomas was the most metal disciple," and Chad's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No, he's the most metal because the only other verse from Thomas, doubting Thomas, is after they decide to go back to Bethany to raise Lazarus." And everybody says to Jesus, they're like, "Dude, they're gonna kill you." And Thomas is like, "Screw it, then they kill us. Let us go die with him." It's like such a metal scene. He's like,
I thought he
all
said
right.
mental.
That too.
One time I was wondering if that passage was almost comedic in like an ironic way. He's like, "Oh, let's go die," you know.
no, I think he's just like emo before emo, metal before emo.
I don't know. To me, he sounds just very earnest. He's like very earnest and like all right, well, let's fucking do it. Let's get results, kind of, like whatever it takes. I guess that's what it takes.
Well,
Oh, so-
McMo talks about. I'm going to talk McMo onto this stream. So McMo
Uh-huh.
talks about the night of resignation and the night of infinite faith. And so I think doubting Thomas in that situation is very much the night of resignation, where like he accepts Christ as the savior of the world, but he doesn't have any expectation of any sort of reward whatsoever in this life. And he basically says, "Yes, I know you're the salvation of the world. I will follow you," but just like zero expectation of anything good necessarily. And honestly, like I fall into that camp a lot, where like every time I have expectations of the good, usually it's the new Bill Murray single, which is "Always Let You Down." Usually it's like any expectation of the good.
yeah, like this guy Chad, he'll be a great friend.
But sometimes Chad is a great friend. It's rare, but occasionally. And he belches better than anyone I know within the TLC. So if
Okay,
you
real
find
quick,
a better
real quick.
belcher,
Guys. Everybody's here. This is a very important question. And if Ethan's doing too much, just tell me I'm doing too much and we'll just continue on with the conversation. But Neil, you put in the chat that you're coming to Wisconsin in April, and you're talking to 3 Wisconsinites, and there's at least one Illinois person that's within a 2-hour drive whose comment is on screen right now.
April 24th.
Are we making this a thing? Are we going to do
Let's
like
do it.
All right.
Are we going to do it like a mini not estuary? I mean, it's
can
not an
meet,
estuary, but like
yeah, I can meet Monday night. I forget what time I get in that Sunday, the 26th. I can meet Monday night, or Tuesday night, but we could totally meet up and do something. So we should.
Okay, so
And
we're
usually
doing a
I'm very
Wisconsin
selfish,
meetup.
and I want Chad to myself. But like now, I'm taking Chad out of himself, and to come show us the finger
of
that
Chad.
was split open by the metal of God on Good Friday.
So, like, is it a denim dinner deuce?
It's the deuce, and this time I'm
The
actually
deucey
there.
dinner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the finger was split in 2 from top to bottom.
Are we announcing denim dinner too?
Let's do it, bitch. You were asking if you were doing too much. I'm saying, nah, bitch, you ain't doing enough. So the
Denim
The
dinner
denim-
too.
the denim dinner had prime rib. So, I mean, you'll have to figure out dinner. I'm not going to provide dinner this time. So, because I have a men's retreat the next weekend that's going to cost me like $140.
All right,
Well-
it's no. You guys pick the place, but depending, if we're smaller than 7 people, I will pay.
I'll pitch in.
Yeah, I'll pitch it too.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
just
we'll
pick
pitch
the place.
I'll pitch in my 2 cents, my opinion.
Nice.
Lead me to the cross.
Pretty valuable.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right, denim dinner too. It's happening.
It's called the
Wait.
denim deuce.
The denim deuce.
We got to start a denim dinner Discord, the DDD.
And it's called Deuce Your Denim. I don't know why that's funny. Anyways,
This time we'll do it right, regardless of whether Chad's wearing. Never mind. I'm not going to say things I know about that denim dinner.
I don't know anything besides
so-
about
okay,
denim dinner.
no.
Did
So I
Grim
was-
drive up here last time?
Yes, Grim was there. Other people were there. But the denim dinner was the event that actually got me out of the lurk. Because, okay, this was like summer of 2023. And I was listening. I was starting to be more aware of the people beyond PVK. And Chad was one of those people. And I was listening to Chad a lot. And the more I listen to Chad, the more I'm like, I think I could be friends with this guy. Like, and I like, and then he announced the denim dinner, and I'm like, fuck, Chad does not know who I am, so I can't come to this dinner because I was in the lurk. And that's genuinely like the thought that I had in my head is like he didn't. And then I'm like, no. And then Chad said like, I'm gonna do randos after, and I'm like, I'm not missing this opportunity. Like I'm gonna rando. Chad's gonna get my story. And then the first time we talked, he can attest to this. But the first time I talked, like the most awkward friend ever. I'm like, I think we're meant to be like best friends. The very first time we talked, and Chad has danced around the best friend question since I've known him. He's like, but it's okay. I don't give a fuck because I know what's in a man's heart. Sorry, I'll stop cursing on the Friday.
There's been a lot of breaking news here, Chad. Do you want to break some more news?
yeah, I mean, no, what else? We had, so CW was there. And then, so our friend
I was there.
Sam. Yep, Mark was there. Laura was there with her husband. And then Sam from Seattle was there. And that was awesome. So, like, and then, yeah, I guess it became Neil's best friend. Which is, a good thing. Probably breaking up right now. Actually, not Neil and I, but my signal.
Oh, you're coming through loud and clear. It's
There's
it's
a
it's on record.
And you can't
There's
delete
a bunch
Ethan's
of people
channel.
at this. There's a bunch of people at that church. What's going on today?
It might be a special day of some kind, like a liturgical calendar significant day of
It's
some kind,
possible.
where metal gets driven through someone's hand, or wrist, or finger.
So our finger, hand. Yeah, it's through the hand. It's the finger is the hand.
It's the wrist. It's the wrist. It's not the hand.
Shut the fuck up. What? Yeah, there was something I was going to say, but I forgot what it was now. Yeah, I don't know. I got no.
You're home?
Am I home? No,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
not yet.
You're where you need to be.
I'm on my way home. That's where I need to be. That is good. So yeah, I suppose I am where I need to be.
You guys want to come to Good Friday at 7 p.m.? Mark, tell us about your bathroom project. How's it going? Is the whole place clean yet?
I'm down at the bottom. You clean from the top down, and dang, I forgot the ceiling.
You're going bottom up.
Well, no, I went from higher down, but now I got to go higher because we don't have ventilation in here, and so we get spots on the ceiling, so I got to clean up there. But yeah, it's going pretty good. We don't let it get too dirty in here, so it's not very hard work. Small bathroom. I kind of have my system worked out. I do it every week.
Oh my gosh, good on you, man. I feel like I'm being put to shame.
Well, I already am shameful, so it's like got to do something, And plus, like I'm laid off today. There's no work because everything's still thawing out. And my wife works at a Catholic institution, and she's going to work like 12 hours today, and I'm not, and so I feel bad too. So I'm just like, well, I'm not just going to like sit on the couch and eat potato chips and be like, hey, could you pick some up at the store, So, yeah. So it's going okay.
Do I know Rob? Do I know Pep in my step?
Well, yeah, you probably formerly known as Robert Barron. That's where I met him last year as Robert Barron, and then every so often Rob changes his name. So I call him Rob because I first met him as Robert Barron, and anytime you see the word Afro-Asiatic, you know it's Rob. So, yeah, it's Rob.
All right, maybe I'll get to know Rob better. Boom.
There's a story I told on Ron Copperman's House of Blue the other day that I want to tell again, which is
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you, Chad.
Hello. So anyway, if I can,
yeah,
quick story about a dream, the worst type of stories. So yeah, at the denim dinner, I met Grim Grizz, and thought he was cool. But anyway, I try to catch a show when I can, but honestly, all the branding, like, it's tough to take sometimes. Anyhow, I've had these like reoccurring dreams that are, I would call them kind of demonic nightmares. There's like a certain type of dream I have, and it's like the same vibe, and you know what I mean? And so anyway, last week I had one, and I was like in this underground some type of underground like bus station, and it was dark, but there were like hundreds of people walking down this staircase, and I was walking down it too, and they were walking past me, and there was like a rat eating a dog, you know, and it was really nice. But it had that vibe. It had that vibe of evil or something. And then all this, you know, like all the people were coming down. It's like nobody. It's just masses, you know. And then all of a sudden, I look, and one of them is Grim Grizz, and he like looks at me, and he says something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like, "What are you doing?" or something like that. And he had that smirk of like making fun of me while still kind of with affection that he does, you know. And and then it like made the whole dream better, and it wasn't a nightmare anymore. So that's my story. It was just kind of interesting, you know. Like I haven't spent that much time with that guy, and I probably watch other people more on the TLC, but he made it into my dream.
Would you describe an underground bus station as a subway?
It was some type of like public, you know, like the Chicago bus station, like an all underground. Like I don't know if you've been to like San Francisco with the like Muni and BART. There's something about like underground bus or train stations that it's like everyone is in there and everyone is moving, and there's some vibe to that, and so that's
It's
what
like
it
a
was like.
hellish womb. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a womb of some sort. It's like really like an artificial womb.
Maybe,
I think
but
of
yeah,
I think of
kind of
it as,
rotten.
yeah, I think of it as like more of a purgatory thing because you're in transit and it's somewhat subterranean, but not all the way. It's kind of in between.
I used to have a lot more dreams like that, but they weren't necessarily evil. It was just like, you know, purgatorial almost, where I'm just in this spot and everybody's rushing around. And I haven't had one in a while, and then I had one again. But Grim Grizz was there when usually nobody is there that I know. It's all just strangers, like a massive, you know.
Grim
Sounds-
kind of
sounds like the
reminds me of
underworld.
like somebody in a Cormac McCarthy book. Grim Grizz, like one of his characters. One
Yeah,
of his many characters, like that type of character. Where, like, and what I mean by that is like, if you really sit down and talk with him, like, he's very interesting. Like that. That's why I like. That's why I like to say that. But also, there's like like you like there's like this I need to kind of figure out was. I remember that's what it was like when I first started watching Grim Grizz. I was like, I don't get it. Like, so I'm trying to, puzzle it out. That's what I mean by that. You know?
This morning, you're coming through. This morning, Ezra and I talked. I'll probably come out Monday morning. But it's interesting because I had this thought of a subway car where Chad and Grim are facing each other on the subway car. This is not a dream, by the way. This is like a conscious thought I've had. Chad and Grim are on the subway car, and they're both locked into their smartphones like this, across from each other in the subway car. It's like an image that I have for a specific purpose. But it's like they're both searching for, like when I came into the corner, Chad and Grim felt to me like the twin spirit animals of this place that we call the corner. And I thought they were much closer than that. Like I thought they were very close, like they were constantly in communication. And I learned over time that Chad's the bear and Grim's the wolf. And the dance between the bear and the wolf is very special. It's unique. It's a complex relationship. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, something about Ursa in you. URSA, Chad. Ursa is the bear.
Ursa?
But anyway, this idea of like both Chad and Grim on their
Not
smartphones,
Ursula.
not Ursula. Chad and Grim on their smartphones, searching on their smartphones when they're just facing each other on the subway car that's in transit and nobody knows where. That image really has stuck with me.
Interesting.
The bear and the wolf. It's interesting.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think I'm a lot more domesticated than Grim is. Like, so first of all, he's Gen X, so he's like a late Gen Xer, not an early millennial. So there's some big difference there. And Grim is a leader, and I'm a follower. So it's kind of some big differences there.
Well, it's interesting in literature, but also in mythology. You have many kinds of bears, meaning there are bears that are like Baloo is like the guy who protects Mowgli and helps him grow up. That's Baloo. But then there are bears that are dangerous but a wolf is like much more elusive and anyway, I don't want to talk about this too much. It's not good to make the unconscious conscious too much. But
why is that? Why should the unconscious stay unconscious? And at what point do we? Because when Mark Guest was talking, was like I was thinking underworld, and there are a lot of old stories about going to the underworld and returning with treasure.
Sure.
So what does it mean to traverse the unconscious, but to not make it conscious?
Well, maybe it's the idea of Moria. I think Moria covers this very well it's not wrong to delve and find the riches under, but sometimes you delve too deep and you go, there are limits to all things. So like dream analysis, there's usefulness at certain times in one's life and certain dreams to really think about the dreams. There's usefulness because I think, especially if the dream is a recurring pattern, I think it is trying to communicate something. I think that is true. It's trying to communicate something as best as it can. Yeah, I was just talking to Ezra about this morning. But if you think of sleep as a revitalization, then it would make sense that like while the body is being physically reborn, like revitalized, that the mind is going through a similar process. And if that revitalization of the mind is something like, hey, your frame of reference or the way you're thinking about something or the way you're oriented is not quite calibrated right, whatever is beyond the you of your own understanding, like whatever's beyond that is, if it's good, it's attempting to recalibrate you, or is attempting to, if God is planting seeds or like a bread trail, so to speak. So like, I think dreams can serve a really important function. And if they're ignored, if there's something that's being ignored, but like, how do I say this? But to be lost in the dream, if we're only focused on ideas, if the ideas are never instantiated in physical reality, then what's the point of the ideas? In order for the ideas to bear fruit, the ideas are seeds. It's genetic material. It's planting things. If it's just seeds all day, then what's the point? Like the fruit has to be born, and that means that it has to be acted out, physically grown. And so
it takes time.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know where I'm going with that, other than these things only matter to the extent that we bring them into our lives.
I don't ever remember my dreams. Like I maybe once a month maximum. And then even if I write it down, it's like I'm better at like waking dreams than night dreams.
I don't know about.
That's an interesting thought. The from Olson that sometimes seeds are just meant to be munched and not planted. Yeah, I do feel that way often. But then again, often the human or the mammal is meant to poop out the seeds so that the seed will germinate into a lovely plant from the poop.
I think like a really good place to be is just like, oh, I had a weird dream. Whatever. That was cool. You know? And yeah. Um, I don't
Well,
remember lots of dreams either, but I remember. Yeah, but even with that, like telling that story, I'm not trying to put some type of magical meaning to it. It's just interesting. Like that's kind of the way I view a lot of magic stuff now. It's like, yeah, that was cool. You know, I'm not going to over analyze it because almost the analysis draws you deeper into the pit. You know, sometimes.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Like sometimes we have to go into the pit, but other times it's like, nope, that's a pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that having to go into the pit thing. And I've been wondering.
Well, Ethan, let me ask you this. Because I remember 6 months ago or 8 months ago where you were sure that like live streams were not fruitful, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what was that pit then compared to where you are now?
Oh, by pit I mean underworld. I mean the depths.
Yeah, but to me, like I remember seeing you on a live stream where I thought to myself, like, man, this guy is suffering right now.
Is that the one where I was doing 10 hours straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do 10 hours straight. Didn't tell me you're not suffering.
But yeah, but then like, was it necessary to run the experiment to confirm, or did you genuinely not know that?
Also, bye, Chad. I love you. I mean, not with all things. Not with all things. With many things, I have to run the experiment. I don't trust people. I mean, I will come to trust people. But like, I mean, I've been in TLC for like just over a year and a month right now. Like a year is not that long to trust strangers on the internet. You know, like
Correct.
even after meeting people in real life, briefly, but meeting people, I mean, like what? Okay, so I've met your physical flesh, but that's not your real life. Like I just met I met Weekend. You know, I met the Weekend version of you, and then I see the profile version. Like I'm gonna trust you. I'm like what you say. Like, and I'm also not very trusting. I'm less trusting than most people probably.
In some ways, being part of this body, I'm sort of outsourcing my trust to other people I now do trust. In that, like, if, for example, like Chad told me that he knew Mark S in his real life and that Mark S is a good guy. And so although I only met Mark S once at Estuary, like I already am predisposed to trust Chad's judgment.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
I'm still just hanging around here waiting for somebody, waiting to pickpocket somebody.
I was wondering where all my stuff went at that Midwestern house. I came home with like half the stuff that I brought.
Yeah, I left with a bunch of merch, a bunch of Greek Orthodox icons that are owned by Protestants, and some Rod Dreher autographs. Didn't really make out very good.
I have to go at 4:20.
Yeah, I need to go pretty soon. Okay, how can I tie this up? I will answer your question, and I will answer Mark S's question that I dodged from earlier. The pit of live streaming and why I left after Midwestuary. Like, to some degree, last year there was a very, this is how you do a TLC live stream. This is the TLC form. And so like I think that I was doing, what are these hand motions?
I have to convey enthusiasm visually in an artistic medium.
I'm a little
Enough to-
surprised we haven't worked out some TLC hand motions, honestly, for live stream etiquette. I feel like it would be helpful.
It would be helpful.
It also adds a layer of complexity to this like video game that we're playing, which is like the people listening versus the people watching.
Yeah, so I did the TLC live stream the TLC way, and I hated it. It was not the Ethan way. But part of it was just like mapping what the TLC is, who is there, who's doing what. Because then you watch like a McMo chill stream, and that's a different live stream than like there's a little bit of Grizz in there, and there's a little bit of Luke Thompson in there. There's maybe some PVK in there via like the Bible thumping, but like it's the own thing. So like I needed to take the medium as far as I could just to like try and understand it and see limits and figure out was I going to do anything with it. And before I could figure that out, Midwestuary happened, and I had driven from Alaska to Wisconsin 2 weeks before Midwestuary, and I was getting married 2 weeks after Midwestuary, and Skankenstein was like, during Midwestuary, because we were in the same room, he was like, "Are you okay, man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay." And during Midwestuary, I didn't understand that I wasn't okay. Not necessarily in a bad way, kind of in a bad way, but sort of just like a reality way. And then after Midwestuary, I just needed to get okay. I needed a job. I needed to get married. I needed to become a husband. I needed to unpack all of my things after a year on the road. And then I was like, I think TLC served its purpose, and I'm like really grateful for it. And I have no interest in returning. And then by the end of December or early January, I was like feeling like myself again, and thinking back on Skankenstein's comment to me, I was like, I was not okay. I felt like I was like encased in gel. I remember sitting at a table with like Parlato, Kale Zeldin, to my left and my right, other people, and I would like turn to say something in the conversation, only to realize that the conversation was like paragraphs ahead, and I could not keep up socially whatsoever.
I'm not laughing at you. I didn't mean to do that.
You can laugh at me.
No, but I'm not laughing at you. It's just that I kind of got spooked about halfway through Midwestuary myself, but we're all different.
I mean, to be fair, you were going through like evil at the time. And that just on its own, apart from this whole giant crazy online social club at the same time.
I forget what was happening in the world precisely at that moment because so much has happened in like 6 months.
I don't remember what happened last week.
Well, for me, in a way, like Midwestuary, it's all because I've had a job where I spend tons of time alone for many years, and I just consume just unhealthy amounts of content, And so for at first TLC was just another content consuming thing for me. And then Midwestuary is like, oh no, these are like real people now that I shook their hands and gave them hugs. And I think they're almost kind of actual friends. This is weird, you know? And so it going back to the underworld metaphor, it's almost like this was an underworld, and then all of a sudden I was like actually coming. It became real. It became exposed to the light, you know, in a way, and so yeah.
I think what Skank and others are doing in making art derived from the friendships in this place is precisely right. It's precisely the right next step, because the art is the in between the ideas and physical instantiated reality. So we got to bring the spirits into that middle layer. Okay, I got to.
I thought the art was instantiating things in physical reality. It's my show now? Goodness. I was online for 4 hours earlier today. I'm talked out, bros. I just came to say hi.
I mean, I came on here just to get Ethan talking. So we can just
Yes,
have a
more
group
camping.
silent meditation.
Hmm?
We can have a group
Sitting
silent
by
meditation online.
sitting by the seashore.
Is that
Feeling
the sea
yourself
there?
slow. It's a Puget Sound.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, I just need to like finally format it. I've been slacking there, but you will get a copy, Ezra. Don't worry. That is, if nothing else, get somebody that should be Monday's project is finally getting the thing off to print.
Is the way to get a physical copy on the Substack?
No, I'll we'll do some other announcement and I'll find some way to reach out. I don't know. Might need to pull up or like create some sort of like simple, rarely used zine messaging system.
Do they still have that zine library in Seattle?
I mean, there was one at a concert venue I was at recently. I'm sure there's a zine museum. That wouldn't surprise me. There's another section in my local library. I mean, there's like a zine making like workshop, so it's a big deal out here.
Yeah. I was there actually 20 years ago in 2006.
Yeah. Are you on
And
Discord, Olson? Hit me up and we'll kind of like make some tighter bonds for collaboration.
I remember there was a zine library,
Hmm.
and they had hundreds and hundreds. I don't remember where it was because I was zoned out at that time. I don't really remember where most things were. It was in a park. I remember that.
Are there buds on the trees, Matt?
Oh, let's take a look here. Not yet. Hey, maybe a little bit here, but nothing is perking. At least on a little bit, kind of starting to perk. Look at that.
Oh, now we're
Starting to
talking.
perk a
Spring
little
is in the
bit.
air.
Yeah. I should go check on the status of the cherry blossoms up in Seattle. I think UW Seattle campus has a decent good grove.
Oh, that's sick. All right, I gotta bounce in 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay.
I
but
don't know where the conversation went or if it went anywhere. I had to step away, and I was not pooping after ale.
It's a really efficient pooper. Way better than I could. I had to hold
No, I
it in
didn't
for
poop.
3 hours this morning.
Yeah, you were on a long estuary stream.
Yeah.
I didn't see the
But
beginning.
yes.
Did your pitch get picked?
It was a 3-way tie, which I think is pretty unprecedented. Because I'll say one noteworthy thing is PBK did pitch this morning for once. Or no,
Oh, did he
PBK
really?
pitched. Yeah, and he was trying to get us to kind of map out connections between TLC and the Emergent Church. Which one is an interesting thing. Is definitely something both Luke and I'm guessing Tripp also would have been really good at tracing
Yes.
out. And I could have playing with that as well as a latecomer to that scene.
Yeah, I don't know when the scene started. I don't know if I was a middle comer or a late comer.
I mean, you're younger than I am, and man, when did I hear about it? It was probably like midway through my time at Liberty. And again, places like Liberty in my scene, it was more kind of like talked about as a boogeyman. But it was Rob Bell's first book. I rented that one from the Liberty Library. Read that one there. I don't think his second. I think his second book was close to being printed then. But the Hell book came out when I was in seminary.
Yeah.
Hell book, hell book, hell book.
Yeah, Rob Bell was one of my biggest influences for like preaching style.
Hey,
I
his
thought
go ahead.
no, I thought he was the best preacher I'd ever seen. Like I think there's still probably some old Willow Creek sermons of his on YouTube. And the way he gets a megachurch to participate with sights and smells, I just went like, whoa, I want to. So the thing over my shoulder, the giant Post-it note in the background is a Rob Bell holy object.
Nice.
Written by the hand of Rob Bell.
Yeah, no, he put on a really, really good, interesting, kind of like preachers conference with himself, Peter Rollins and Shane Hicks about preaching as, I don't know, psychotechnology or something like that. Probably still on YouTube somewhere, but it's good stuff.
I just had never seen anybody take a sermon and go like, this is an art form, and then tour across the country with a sermon. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say nobody, but like, because it wasn't exactly like, it wasn't Billy Graham style. It was like indie and hipster. And I was like, I want to do that. And not even like, I want to do that. Like I want the fame, but just like, I want to take this thing as an art form that can be crafted and shaped. And it's like worthy of more than just a church on a Sunday morning. But like strangers would come into an old movie theater and sit down and be like, what is this person talking about today? Like, yeah, I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah, no, definitely like, he's definitely like, sort of like sincerely seeking excellence in preaching and being very experimental about it. But it's also, he's definitely sort of like he's definitely an artifact of like prime millennial hipster days as well. Like, he's definitely a man of his times. That's okay. And, like, he was a great kind of embodiment of the current ethos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also kind of an old, tired millennial hipster.
Yeah.
So,
Seems he's.
what's a boy to
I'm
do?
totally authentic. I was never fake hipster like you guys. I was actually a really
fake hipster. Well, that's probably plenty of artifice to me as well. That's fair.
No, I was fully like in about 2012. You know, I rode my bike around Milwaukee everywhere and went to all the coffee shops
Hmm.
and went to noise shows. I'm just totally outing myself.
A lot of stomp class.
No, no, I didn't. I was too cool for that. You know, and by that I mean really lame.
Matt, would you use hipster to describe yourself? Is that a term of endearment for you?
Um, I think it's fair. It's more description of kind of like the times I came out of. I was never serious about it the way that a lot of other folks were with like the mustache wax and stuff like that. But I had a fixie bike at one point in time.
Yeah, you did.
Hmm.
Did you ever do the just post emo, the scene thing?
No, no, because emo kind of didn't hit me really hardly at all, honestly.
Really?
Hey, well, here again, this is how hipster I am. I still maintain faith with my ska roots, dude.
Yeah, ska saved your soul from the emos.
Exactly, exactly. And the scene left ska, and so it became. It seemed to be like a perfectly hipster thing to do, is to remain attached to that. Be like, actually, we need to talk about the roots in Jamaica with the sound systems and Desmond Decker. Come on.
You know, everybody's been talking about that cover of Country Roads by the Japanese people on Twitter. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Yep.
but I
I missed
think
that.
the
I missed that
greatest.
one. Good.
I think the greatest Country Roads cover is by Toots and the Maytals. Ever heard that one? That's a good one. This
Say,
a
not off the top
ska
of my
like
head,
an
but you
old
better
school.
believe. I'm gonna track it down as soon as we're done here.
Okay, let's end with a hot music rec. What's your let's this is our final word is you get to recommend one band. Okay, see Ixnan's already doing it. Ixnan's beat me to the punch. All right. Final words, music rec.
Since you mentioned Japan, I got to go. Hey Smith.
Hey Smith. Is it ska?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
This is difficult, man. I'm just gonna go pure hips. I'm gonna go pure hipster and just say Elliott Smith's XO whole album is it's always been good. Never lets me down. It always matches my my depressed mood.
Okay.
But I don't even want to do Elliott Smith like that. I like it in a good mood too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did Ezra just say myself? Does he want me to plug Mad Gleams right now? Okay, sure. I'll plug Mad Gleams.
Actually, I listened to some Mad Gleams yesterday and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? I enjoyed it too. I'm gonna steal a music rec from Ted Joya. And this is like jazz, and it's like cool jazz, like Chet Baker, but not Chet Baker. Ari Bragi Karason, and I like this guy. I like his style of jazz.
Cool.
All right, I gotta go
Oh.
away.
Okay. Before we go, don't forget McMo's Ko-Fi.
Oh yeah, also Denim Deuce. Don't forget Denim
Den-
Deuce.
Denim Deuce.
Big announcement: Denim Dinner 2, Denim Deuce, and we're gonna end here with Mick Mosov plugging Ko-Fi.
I forget if the Ko-Fi is McMo or McMosav. I'll have to double check. Donate to both. They're both great causes, I'm sure.
Yeah, donate to McMo because that's my Ko-Fi impersonating the McMosav Ko-Fi.